Many of us look at Islam as a grave threat to humanity, and I too hold strong to the opinion that the Islamic Theocracies, or any theocracies, are dangerous, and that we should fight against any form of blasphemy laws because freedom is more important than avoiding terror. I also agree with Sam Harris that the stance of religious moderates is completely intellectually bankrupt, and that religious moderates do a disservice to humanity by creating a safe haven for extremists and by perpetuating the popular myth that faith is a good thing. But if you came looking for another video to reaffirm your strong distaste for Islam, this isn't it. There are plenty of other videos out there for that, and I agree with them. But I wouldn't be adding anything if I simply made another one. So here is a different point of view. This is a touchy subject, so bear with me on this one. Lately, I have been noticing more Muslims in my area. I saw a few groups of them at the park and the mall last weekend, and I noticed some things about them. They seem like very normal people. Sure, the women were wearing head covers, but they were sparse, with stylish covers. Definitely a more ceremonial piece than the oppressive functional pieces that they represent. They had nice cars, nice clothes, iPhones, and other things that cost money and indicate that they have good jobs and contribute to American society. I also recently noticed a few of my in-laws, as well as a few of my coworkers, are Muslim. Funny thing, because most of them drink, most of them are fine with homosexuals, none of their wives wear head covers or burqas. And you know what they all have in common? None of them considered it important enough to tell everyone else that they are Muslim. I knew my brother-in-law for 7 years before finding out, in passing, that he is Muslim. That makes him my favorite type of religious person, the kind that doesn't push it on you, and the kind that doesn't even live it. Think about what it means when you put all this together. You are seeing Muslims who don't follow the Quran. You are seeing them conform to modern culture and values. You are seeing a religion become more harmless and more benign. Is Islam a religion of peace? No. It is quite the opposite, by definition. If you read the Quran and look at the fundamentals of Islam, then you will see a dangerous religion, bent on world domination. But if you look at Muslims in the free world, you may not find people who live by the Quran, or by any common documented interpretation of Islam that you can go read up on. But these aren't real Muslims, right? Well, what is a real Muslim? Let's think about this, and let's look at Christianity as a parallel. The Bible and the fundamentals of Christianity also betray a dangerous religion that is bent on world domination. Most Christians are decent people. Christians don't really follow the Bible. Name one Christian you know who would slaughter his own child because he believed God told him to. The simple fact is that most Christians aren't real Christians. And lucky thing, because the only reason that we have a first world as we know it is because Christian countries have been free to redefine their religious values to keep up with the new philosophies of modern society. The biggest difference I perceive between Christianity and Islam is that Christianity has been free to evolve to a more diluted state faster, while the Middle Eastern theocracies have retarded that process for Islam. That is not a trivial difference. Christianity is bad enough in its current state, but Islam is many times worse. But seeing moderate Muslims tells me that that dilution process is underway for Islam as well. As people gain in resources and information, they begin to live rational, dare I say, faithless lifestyles regardless of their religious label. So people are labeling themselves as Muslim but not living it. So what? Well, let's look at Christianity again as a parallel. Moderate, faithless Christians sitting in the pews have caused preachers to change the message that they deliver on Sundays. Preachers subconsciously adjust their message to get the best response from the flock, and so the message evolves over time to fit modern values. That same thing will happen with Islam as more moderates surface in the ranks. So now, every time I meet a moderate Muslim, I view it as a positive sign. It is evidence that humanity is becoming less superstitious. The light is rising over the horizon. The ship is moving. Mankind is becoming a rational species. Am I saying that we should let off? No. We, the free thinkers of the world, must continue to help this process along. Everything in life is a delicate balance, and the small things can tip the scales in either direction. I am simply speculating that it is getting better, whether it is because of our efforts or because of a natural process whereby wealth and technology fix the world. One thing is for sure: we are winning.